Good everyone. After a solid paper day, I thought I was ready to go live again, but it turns out I wasn't. I broke my rules, overtraded, and turned solid setups into losses. This one stings, but I've got to be honest about it, and let's break down the trades for today. So, I took two trades, first on WHLR. This is a real estate company. The first one, I basically got stopped out straight away. If I bring up the video here, you can see here, if I can push play here. Well, you can see here the first trade anyway. I've entered here on this dip, looking for it to pull back. It hasn't, it's kept coming down. So I stopped out here at, what's that? That's around 6.20, 25 or something like that. So it's only a $20 loss. So that should have been the end of my day. My rules for last night was to take one trade and get confident. This was a bad trade to start with. It was a dip buy. It had already made a move here, gone sideways a bit, and then broken out. I was looking for a test back through the high, but look at the red volume candle here. It's it's bigger than the green volume candles. So really, that should have been an indicator that this wasn't going to work. This was not a good entry, and it didn't. I got stopped out straight away. But I didn't stop there. I kept trading. I thought, it's not even 7 o'clock yet. This thing should go. It looked pretty strong in after hours, and I think it had done a previous move in pre-market as well. But my second trade, I bought in along the support line. So I thought, hopefully it'll hold support here. It did dip to begin with, but I held through that, didn't get stopped out. And it went sideways. And I'm going to speed this up. So it went sideways for a moment, and then it finally broke. So it broke here, and this is where I got stubborn. It was good actually. It was a good hold. Like, it was holding. It wasn't that strong really. It broke through that level along here, around $6.30, but it's not exactly pulling away quickly. There's not, massive amount of volume coming in. Nothing compared to these candles here. So it really was a trade where I should have just gotten out sooner. Now the volume's coming in, but it's not breaking over. It's not managing to get very far. It's already got a topping tail, and this is where I should have been out. I should have been out here around 6.50, 6.48, somewhere around there, straight away as it pushed up. And now it's pulled all the way back to my entry, and I've left it too long. Now it's pushing back into a green candle, and I'm still in profit here, not by much, but obviously it's not going to go, it's reversing. And look at that red volume candle down here. It's twice the size as the green candle. That's a definite exit indicator, and I'm still holding it. And then for the next candle, it goes green, and that gives me a bit of hope that it will rally again, but really it's false hope, and I should just be getting out. The trade did work, but I had missed my exit up here at between 6.45 and 6.50. Really was my best exit. And I'll speed it up a bit because I don't take any profit on this, even though I could have got at least $10. As soon as it breaks down here, I exit. And I think, yeah, it was only a $9 loss, so it wasn't massive. But really, when I was up $40, $30, that's where I should have been taking my exit. So, not the greatest trades to begin the trading session with, especially with, going away from my plan, going away from my strategy. And these setups here were, not good setups. They really were sort of B, especially that first one was really a B setup. And then this one here, it was a B setup as well. The MACD had closed on this. So if you look down here, the MACD is closed, and that's where I'm entering on this trade. So the trade did kind of work, but you got to execute it to get profit, I didn't execute it well and ended up taking a smaller loss. So those are my first two trades on WHLR. The next trade I took was on WHLR again. Or was it on? No, it was HYFM was my next trade. So this one I shouldn't have traded at all. It had popped up here, come back to the VWAP. I bought the VWAP expecting there to be support there. There wasn't. And it flushed straight back down and I was straight out. And that was a decent loss there, $56 loss, 28 cents a share. So a lot bigger than what I was expecting. Also, because I'd had these two smaller losses with 100 shares, I decided to go in bigger with 200 shares on that. So that even made that loss on HYFM even worse. So still not good. Yeah, and then I traded, what's this? WHLR again. So to come down here, it had bounced off the VWAP. I missed the bounce off the VWAP. That's probably where it, should have entered. And I got chopped out of that straight away. That trade there, bought in on the first pullback, looking for a push higher. The stock was pretty much done. After this, it just, kept going down, and it was trending down still. If I had drawn the trend lines in here, it's still on a downwards trend. So really should have, done some more analysis on this stock before entering the trades again. And here I am again, jumping in for the break of VWAP, and that trade isn't working either. It's just going sideways. I did get out straight away though. I did take my profit straight away on this one. Entered here at 565 and got out just above there at around about 565 and 569. So $4 winner there. So not great, but at least I got out when I realized it wasn't going to go. And, but then it's whipping up and down here between this thing. And I really thought about taking one of these dips, trading one of these dips. I didn't in the end. I think I walked away from that stock. I'm pretty sure I didn't take any more trades on WHLR. No. Next stock I traded was ELAB. So ELAB popped up here. So ELAB had popped up here and had sort of pushed up, pulled back, come back up again, killed back up again. I missed both of those, and then was, looking like it was trending up here. I bought the dip here for the break of VWAP, and I was going to take the profit off the table there. I didn't. I moved my stop up and I got filled a bit higher. I possibly could have held longer. I was just worried this had a habit of flushing, and I wanted to be out before it came up to this level along here. So I didn't want to be in here and it flushed back down again. So I took a quick exit on that one, just below the $5 mark. So probably could have held longer. It did go further. That wasn't really an exit indicator at all. Just with these big red flush candles here, dumping down, I didn't want to be caught in one of those. So that was a get in, get out quickly sort of scenario. So that was probably my best trade of the day on ELAB. $56 trade there, 28 cents a share. Good entry, good quick exit, but I did leave I did leave some on the table with this one. It does end up going up to that resistance point and breaking through, I think. Yeah, only didn't break through far, but you know, I could have got another 20 cents maybe out of that. Or did it go further? No, it's pulling back there, but I think it did go further actually. No, not really. It sort of pulled back, then pushed again, but really, yeah, 530 was sort of the limit there on that trade. I wouldn't have held through that. That would have been, yeah, both of those. Now it's sort of holding support on VWAP. I didn't get back in for that support on that first pullback. Still worried about here, and I get in on this one, and probably not the best idea. It's already held support once and then been rejected, and it's rejected off this level, you know, twice at the top, but you know, it hasn't quite reached it there on a green candle, and now it's pulling back, and you know, here I think, yeah, it sort of pushes up. So I've already, you know, turned one winner into a loser, and I've put an exit order here, but it's not getting filled. It's not coming up enough. It's at 512, and it's only got to 5.9. So I missed my exit again because I wanted to fill on the ask instead of just quickly hitting escape, clearing that order, and then hitting my sell on the bid hotkey, and that would have got me out straight away. It did come back up again, but you know, really that I'm still a bit hopeful here, and I should just be getting out. It's you know, it's coming down now, and you can see it pulling back, and I'm thinking, oh, it might hold here on the 20 EMA again and push higher, but it doesn't. It breaks through there, and now I should be taking my exit. Yeah, even now I should be getting out. It's, you know, I'm hoping it'll push back up to VWAP, and yeah, it does. I can't remember if I get out, how much I get out. What do I get out with ELAB? Yeah, I don't get out. Like, I should be getting out. This is not looking good. It's, you know, it's had a pullback. It's not pushing. It hasn't broken through back up over VWAP, and it's not the volume's getting less, like there's less volume coming in. So it's not going to go. And, you know, that's an exit. But I don't, I hold on to it, and eventually it breaks through that there, and now it's a bigger loss. I think it did rally again actually. But, you know, now it's, you know, $60 loss, 30-cent loss, opposed to, you know, a small winner up here. Yeah, and I'm still looking for that exit up here at 512, and, you know, I should be just getting out up here, even at 499 or something like that. That would have been fine. And I'm in this trade for far too long, and then I realise, no, it's not going, and I get out of it, and it, yeah, let's come back there a bit. Sorry, I'm a bit raspy today. I have not had much sleep. Yeah, so I decided to take the exit here as it's come back down here, and I'm scared it's going to break down even further. So I take my exit, but really need to take exit sooner and then buy back in if it's coming back up. Anyway, then PRFX popped up. This had, I'm not sure what the news was on this. Might have been earnings or something like that. Some financial news, but I traded this looking for a pushback off the VWAP, I think. Oh no, I didn't. Here it is here, yeah. So I saw that it was sort of holding here, it was breaking through this candle here, it broke through, so I bought here at the break looking for a push back up through, so it's broken here, my entry is around 280, and I'm looking for a push back up through VWAP. It didn't happen. In fact, it just dumped. Came down here, didn't hold support, came down, and I got out on, yeah, pretty much not soon enough really. When it came down here, I should have been out a bit quicker. And that was, I came back to ELAB to see that it actually did break up, and I could have taken 512, but I didn't know that at the time, so that was a bit annoying. And then coming back to, what was that stock? That was KTTA. I didn't trade that at all. Coming back here, I bought, I actually should have bought there. I thought it was going to hold there and push higher. It did, but I missed it. That would have been a quick trade there, 10 or 15 cents, but didn't take that. Didn't take it again. By this time, I think I was, I was down 187.75 on the day, and I wasn't feeling very good, and I was really starting to not think clearly about my trades and my setups, and I was starting to chase trades instead of actually planning them properly. So I really had spiraled a little bit into that emotional state where I'm not actually trading well. I am jumping in things that, you know, are a lot more risk. I'm taking a lot of trades below the VWAP, looking to break through the VWAP, but not waiting for confirmation. I'm buying a lot of dips, and they're just, I'm getting chopped up in the price action, and myself as well, because I am not feeling confident about my trades and not feeling confident about myself. I'm up $20, $24 here on this trade already, and I'm not selling. It's hitting that resistance point there, and here it's broken through. I'm not selling. It's $40 odd. Why am I not selling? It's hit my target. It's that slight breakthrough VWAP. It hasn't pushed higher, and I'm not selling. Really just got that mindset that I needed a big winner, and it's not paying off. I could have had 3 base hits by now. This would have been a decent base hit around $30, $40, and a couple of other trades that I've had previously were around $30, $40, and that could have been a decent day, and maybe I would have traded better if I had gotten back into the green after that second trade, if I'd taken that in profit. But I'm just being stubborn here, and look, once again, nice winner, and it's turned into a loser. And now I'm down $30 a share instead of being up in profit, having taken it here. So, and this is a big dip, and it's brought back up, so it's looking bullish. So maybe it will come up and break through VWAP. But by this stage, this dip has got me scared, and what do? I get scared that it's going to flush again, even though it's just made a new high off the first green candle and a pullback. Yep, it's had a big dip, but the big dip's been bought up, and I'm getting scared, so I sell. And after I sell, it's pushing higher, and now I'm a bit frustrated about the trade and myself for jumping in like that. It's, yeah. And then it does break. Now I'm looking at KTTA again, but we'll just fast forward because, yeah. So here it breaks up, and that was the trade I was looking for. If I got out here, sorry, I'll bring up this. If I got out here, then I could have been looking at buying that dip, or buying here when it broke, and being back in a position where I'm in the driver's seat because the stock's going up and I'm feeling good about the trade. Then I could have been trading this move, not holding through all this to get scared out and shaken out with no profit, break even basically. So really not in the zone at all. Got, I was emotionally triggered, I think, through this period, and just not trading well. And now I'm looking at jumping in at the top here. And yeah, maybe it will go, push further over $3. But it's struggling now. It's, topping tails, more selling pressure coming on. It's still going to reach up here to 360. But I'm not trading well, So that was ELAB. I didn't take any more trades on that. I got scared out of it, and then I traded PRFX. Was my last couple of trades. I didn't trade anything in the open. I just wasn't sure. And then, this trade, it's terrible. This trade I bought in here, looking for it to break higher over VWAP. It flushed, and you know, if I'd been patient and just waited a little bit longer, maybe I could have bought the flush. But then I sold as that stock came up. And sorry, I do flick between stocks, you know, and I sold here, and I could have been selling up here if I was a bit more patient. Yep, I would have had, you know, I could have sold up here, and that would have been a, you know, decent trade, 20 cents a share. But once again, I'm selling because I'm scared. I have just held through a massive flush, and then as it's come up and bought all the way back up, I'm selling to get out. And I mean, that's probably not a bad idea really, but it's just the scared mindset. So that was the last trade, I think. Pretty sure that was the last trade. Oh no, there's one more. Yeah, this one. So this one here, it dips down. I bought the dip. It had dipped, and I bought this dip here, looking for a break back through, but I got scared out again. Probably good, really. Maybe I could have taken it up here with a small profit on this candle here, but really I got scared out, and good that I did really, because it broke down after this anyway. Yeah, it started breaking down, and then I think it flushed afterwards. Yeah, it did rally back up though. Yeah, it rallied back up there, and then broke through VWAP again. But I missed the dip here as well, and I just realized that, you know, I had, at one point I was only down $20 right at the start of the day, and then I was down, shall bring it up. Yeah, so I was down $20 on my first trade, and then I got to around $90, $94, and I brought it down to $34. And really that should have been another stopping point there. But I carried on trading, and, you know, a couple big losses later, I'm down 187. You know, I recover a little tiny bit, got shaken out of those trades, and then I was back to 187.75 again. So, not good. Not a great day. You know, 11 trades when I'm only meant to be taking one. You know, 4 green, 7 red, and, you know, my average win was $17 and my average loss was $36.54, you know, so not good at all. Risk reward ratio 0.47, that's not great. Even worse, 36% accuracy. So really pay the price for not sticking to my plan today, and really annoyed at myself, really. So after all said and done, I'm feeling very annoyed with myself for not having the discipline to stick to my plan. I should have stopped after the first trade, whether it was green or, in this case, you know, red. It was only a $20 loss, and one small red day is okay. It was better than chasing the red all day and ending up with a $200 loss instead. This just confirms what I already knew. I need more time paper trading. Real trades bring real pressure, and I'm still not executing with discipline when it counts. From here on out, I'm sticking to one trade max only if it's an A+ setup. Otherwise, it's back to building better habits. Let me know if you've been through something similar. You know, remember to like and subscribe for more trading trials. I will see you tomorrow. Hei a pōpō.